Well, just extremely proud of our team, and they had a great tournament and worked really hard, and just couldn't be prouder of how they came together, and just lost a real tough game today. But I wouldn't trade locker rooms, I can tell you that.
Take questions. If you raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you. In the front, far right.
Matthew, Jordan Reynolds hasn't been one of Tennessee's most prominent players this year, but could you comment on her play down the stretch? She came in and guard and hit a lot of big baskets for them.
Yeah, she did a good job, John. We didn't have a good coverage on. We've done such a good job on a lot of stuff, and they finally went to a high flat ball screen, and that's just my fault for not having the players knowing what to do there. So she did a nice job, and she's a good player.
The back left.
Matthew, could you talk us through the free throw, what you wanted to happen there and what the plan was?
Well, we were down 4, and so we were, felt like the only chance we had was either to make a 3 and foul, or either get fouled on the 3-point strike. Then you can make 2, and then you can miss 1 and get the rebound. So we felt like we still had a chance. So we just had run the play a couple times, and it worked, really well. Jen got their player up in the air, and so we were trying to make the first 2 and miss the third one. And it's like I told Jen, we don't practice missing enough, so we didn't miss it. We made it. So then times we were trying to make it, we missed it. We tried to miss it, we made it this time. So that's just how it went. But that's what we were trying to do, trying to get an offensive board and tie the game up.
Got one in the back center.
Matthew, you guys scored to go up 59-54 with like 5:27, and I think you had 2 field goals the rest of the game. How much of that was Tennessee defense, and how much of that was Kentucky?
Well, a lot it's Tennessee defense. They got real physical and started just riding us out of the lane, and we didn't respond well. And we just didn't execute well, and that's 100% on me. I'm in charge of the execution, and it just was a tough game, and we just never could get the offensive glass today. I thought that really hurt us, but we were trying. We tried hard, and they got real physical down at the end of the game, and we just weren't able to respond to that well enough.
Got a question on the middle right.
For Coach, now that this one's over and you guys start to put it behind you and look towards the NCAAs, can you just speak a little bit about preparing your team for that tournament? One that would counts a little more than this one.
Yeah, well, the good thing for us is we become a team, so we have a team heading into the NCAA tournament, and that's what we needed to be to have a chance to get the Final Four. And so I think we've accomplished that. And so now I'm really excited about the NCAA tournament, and a lot of people thought we were dead in the water, and we're not. We're here, and we're ready to roll, and I'm glad I'm coaching Kentucky.
Back left.
Matthew, what did the officials talk to you about on those 2 double technicals right in a row? What happened, and how much did you feel like that sort of changed the flow of the game?
Changed it a lot. I was talking to them before that 11 for Tennessee was starting that kind of activity in the game, and if you don't get control of that and you get competitive players going, I mean, our players wanted to win today, but we certainly don't want that kind of activity going on. And so it's not the first time that's happened with that player. And so you watch film and you see how players act. So I noticed it early on, and they just, it's a loud arena, and it's a tough game. So I guess they didn't see it, but I kept talking to them. And then finally it just boiled over into what it was. And so then you get into double technicals, and now you're trying to figure out who said something first. Well, I'm pretty clear on what was going on there. And I just hate our players lost composure, but it's difficult. It's real difficult in this competitive kind of environment. And it should be stopped at the beginning of the activity. And unfortunately today it was not. And so I'm proud of our players and how they conduct themselves. And And but I was very disappointed in how that affected the game, and I think it could have been stopped much earlier than it boiling over, and it affected the game. It certainly got Samari real upset, and then Denisha, I thought, tried to have some composure and walk away from the second incident, and so it just, it's that's not what I wanted to see in the SEC championship game. I'd rather just see it two teams play and not have a bunch of talking and yapping and unsportsmanlike conduct, but that's what it ended up being.
Got a follow-up?
What do you say to them? I mean, after a game like that, an ending like that, what do you say to them in the locker room, and what do you say to them for the next week?
Proud to coach them. Proud to coach them. Wouldn't trade locker rooms right now with anybody in the country. Proud to coach them. Everybody had us in the coffin and throwing dirt on top of it when we left Gainesville. And our team has become a team. And I don't know what they could have done other than their coach help them guard a flat ball screen better down the stretch and just get more physical maybe, but in the last 3 or 4 minutes. But it's a great feeling to be coaching Kentucky right now, because that's a bunch of players that are very upset, very down, and they gave it everything they had to win the tournament, and we came up 1 point short.
Any other questions for Coach or the student athletes? Got one in the back center.
Matthew, what's your expectation as far as your seeding for the next tournament?
I'm the worst person in the world to ask, because I don't pay attention to any of that, because I have zero control over it. And we've had our hands full trying to become a team, and so I don't have any idea. Somebody told me that they had us at a 4. I think that's a joke. I don't think we're a 4. But other than that, that would really be my only opinion. I'm not sure what we are, but I guess I would say we're not a 4. But I don't have any control over the seeding, so maybe we will be a 4. Maybe we'll be a 5. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, I'm glad I'm coaching Kentucky going to the NCAA tournament, and I don't know that anybody will be jumping for joy if they, get the Wildcats in the first round.
Back to center.
Matthew, you brought your teams here last few years and you haven't quite been able to get over the hump. What's missing at this point?
I don't know that anything was missing today other than they came up one point better than us. So, I can't tell you how much respect I have for the Southeastern Conference and to be a member of it and to get to compete in it. And I can't tell you how much respect I have for this tournament. It's real special to all of us at Kentucky, and our players wanted to win it bad. And so I don't know what was missing, but it didn't look like a lot was missing out there. We just came up 1 point short today.
Back left.
Denisha, do you guys try to use this as something to motivate you going forward, and how quickly do you feel like you could put something like this behind you?
Definitely some motivation, but like Coach said, today was it was a great day for us just to come together, and regardless of what happened on the court, we stuck together, and that's just the most important thing. And just going to the NCAA tournament, everybody is focused, and we just have to just focus on the task at hand, and that's just going to the Final Four. So we just taking it one day at a time, and like I said, just staying together.